看 CIX 每周华尔街，我们的奥神金股单元，透过小股票，我们一起创造大盈利。我是主持人 Nanelle。是的，其实我们呢 CIX 每周华尔街节目一直希望透过每一周呢，对不同行业、不同前景的一些介绍、一些认识，带给各位很多在美国的散户投资人一些新的投资的方向或一些想法。那上星期我们为大家介绍的 Plag 绿能控股呢，是介绍他们在纽交所这次特别举办的一个庆典。那本周呢，我们会继续大家带来这项庆典在纽交所举行的这个很盛大的活动的第二集介绍。事实上呢，我提到 Plag 它是一家在中国来专门做用人工智能高科技的方式所投注的一个绿能生物科技的公司，而这也是未来一个发展非常非常重要的，不管是在美国还是在中国，全世界这都是一个非常庞大的市场，而它立足于中国，已经在中国非常非常稳定的一个发展，而且呢也得到了纽交所上市的一个认可，可以说未来的这个机运跟成长性，各位投资人可以去判断。我们呢其实对绿能控股整个的表现非常有信心。大家来看一下他们这次在纽交所活动的第二集，包括公司的高管还有他们的顾问都在现场有非常精彩的谈话。
能介绍一下这个 Plag 的管理团队吗？
好的。那么一个公司要做得好，人才呢我们是第一位的。然后在这个公司里呢，我是任这个 COO， 也就是这个上市公司的运营总监，是我本人。然后呢，我们的公司的团队呢是年轻化、专业化。我们的董事周斌，还有我们的这个独立董事，还有这个董事会的成员呢，都是比较年轻。具体到我们的管理团队，我是作为总运营，然后这个我们的 CEO 和 CFO 都是我们在咸宁本部的本土化的企业。因为本土化的管理人才呢，对本土化的企业呢，他的理解更深刻，更容易的把这个企业的走向和迈向，他能够做到很好的把控。当然了，在美国这方面呢，是以我为主，同时我们还有这个多瑙河公司是作为我们的上市公司。当然了，现在网上那个羡慕、嫉妒、恨的人很多，都说一些这个其他的人和其他的公司，请大家呢注意避免谣言。我们都是通过官方网站和官方的媒体来发布我们的信息，我们对我们的公司很有信心。当然了，谣言呢会止于事实。谢谢大家。
好的，最后您有什么想对我们尊敬的股东说的话吗？
尊敬的股东们，你们今天来看到了纽交所的交易，也看到了我们Plag 的交易。希望呢大家呢多关注我们的公司，也不要受一些谣言的蛊惑。我们的公司正式在纽交所交易，希望跟大家共同进步。谢谢。
好的，谢谢大家。
当然了，我们今天能够站在这里，然后把这个企业做到纽交所的主板上市，离不开我们美方顾问团队的大力的支持和合作。我这里要特别隆重的是介绍布鲁斯先生。布鲁斯先生呢，他们的公司的名字呢叫多瑙河咨询公司，我们只有他是作为我们的唯一的这个上市顾问，来服务我们。当然，我们的中国顾问呢是这个贝德集团给我们的介绍。我们现在先请布鲁斯为我们大家讲讲话。
Good morning and thank you very much. So, in way of background, I worked at the New York Stock Exchange and the American Stock Exchange for 26 years. I am currently now a partner at a consulting firm called Donahoe Advisory. We work with companies on a variety of exchange-related issues as it relates to continued listing, initial listing, shareholder approval, and financing transactions. So let me explain how I got involved with Planet Green and explain to you what management and the board has done to transform the company to make it a prosperous, growing company. And I'll echo what Paul said, that we believe this company at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later, can be $1 billion company. This company, or the predecessor company, American Lorraine, listed on the NYSE American in September of 2009. So to the credit of the current management and the board, the company, through a series of transactions, transformed itself and over a 2-year period, was able to not only regain compliance, but is now, I can tell you as of today, is fully compliant and is a growing, prosperous company. And I think we owe a gratitude to the management and the board, the current board, for undertaking the necessary actions. I also want to stress that during this period in which we were engaged to help the company dating back to 2015, it required 5 capital raises, 11 submissions to the NYSE, but it was because of the strength of the relationship that new management, the predecessor management, had with the New York Stock Exchange. They were more than willing to work with us to transform the company. You're one of over 2,400 listed companies on the New York Stock Exchange and NYSE American, making it by far the largest exchange in the world. And we, as consultants, and I speak on behalf of the management and the board, we value the partnership that the New York Stock Exchange brings and the way they've accommodated us and will continue to accommodate us in helping the company grow. I've worked with Paul for many years, and I can tell you as the representative for the company, you're in very good hands, and we look forward to a long and prosperous relationship with the NYSE. And at some point, I look forward to the company continuing to grow and prosper to the next level. So in closing, I just want to say we at Donahoe Advisory look forward to continuing to work with the management of Planet Green. We're very pleased that we're associated with the company, as well as the partnership we have with the NYSE. And from what I can see is that the company is on a growth path, and we look forward to seeing that occurring.
继续呢，要带给大家的这位间公司是 Gcan The Greater Cannabis Company。大家看它的名字呢，可能大家会觉得有点抗拒、有点排斥，想说它是一间做大麻的公司。事实上呢，他们是一间做大麻素，也就是 CBD 的公司。它一般做大麻的公司比较偏向娱乐休闲，其实是有点区隔开来。大麻素 CBD 主要是用在大麻医疗，也就是我们治疗止痛这样面的一个成分，做这些比较偏向医药取向的公司。那我们刚上周呢为大家提到 Gcan 他们做的这个大麻素的贴片，现在风靡很多，这个包括在洛杉矶的一些白人圈、一些主流的市场。为什么一个神奇的大麻贴片引起大家广泛的讨论呢？原因就是它能控制剂量，而且它更厉害的是它的这个吸收的疗效远远超过其他形式的一些大麻素。它用贴片的方式为什么能够达到这么有效的一个辅助的一个医疗辅助的一个治疗呢？我们现在来听他们公司的 CEO 怎么说。
So just how much of a market is there for stuff like this?
We think there's a very significant market. Right now, this product that you've just tried is actually not in market. There's not one company out of the handful that are actually focused on delivery technologies such as this that are actually in market right now. So we think this is going to be very innovative and disruptive in a positive way. You know, you forget about the consumers that at the end of the day, not all of them want to smoke or vape, right? And they're thinking about their health as well. Primarily, that's why many of them started, taking cannabis if you're looking at it from the medical side. So we think this is a very effective delivery mechanism. It's been tried and tested. We've studied it. And we think that the companies that will ultimately stand out in terms of delivery technologies are the ones that actually have proven and substantiated the technologies through studies time and time again, and that's something that Gcan RX has done.
Why is it better for, because by the way, it's almost all completely absorbed into my cheek already by now. Why is it better in terms of absorption to do it in your cheek rather than on your tongue? Because we know with a lot of those strips, they always say put it on your tongue.
Great question. So if you look at the strips that either go on your tongue or underneath your tongue, there's salivary glands right underneath your tongue, and if you were to put the strip there, it would dissolve too quickly, right? And so what you end up having is you would get ingestion through the GI tract, which is where most of the degradation is taking place of these cannabinoids. Actually, studies have shown 4 to 11% bioavailability is what you get when you ingest through swallowing something like an ingestible, consumable. With our technology, you get upwards of 50% bioavailability. And the reason is what I described before, which is that it's a very vascular area on the inside of the cheek. So our cannabinoids that we load onto these thin films will absorb slowly through that vascular layer of tissue and actually slowly go into the bloodstream.
Interesting.
What are the regulatory hurdles that you faced in trying to get this, into the mainstream?
So I think generally the regulatory hurdles are the same as the cannabis industry as a whole. You're seeing across the board companies that are operating in the CBD-only space, and right now it's a bit of a gray area. The FDA hasn't come out very definitively and said, this is what can be done, this is what can be done. I think that you're going to start seeing a lot more acceptance, and as the regulation becomes a little bit more defined, you're going to start seeing companies that are actually entering the market with new types of technology such as ours. Generally speaking, our go-to-market strategy is not to commercialize the product on our own, but rather to partner with companies that are already operational on a state level, or whether it be our partners to the north in Canada. So these companies already hold licenses to operate and are already in distribution. And our intention and our focus, and actively now, we have partnership discussions ongoing.
And who are those partnerships discussions with?
So we can't fully disclose yet. It's something we haven't communicated to the market. But I will say they are top LPs, multi-billion-dollar companies, ranging from businesses that are strictly cannabis-focused, all the way through companies that are also consumer products-based and wellness-based products, and all the way through the opposite end of the spectrum, which would be on the pharmaceutical side.
Okay, Baker, quickly, you got to give your review.
I feel relaxed already. I'm sure you and our viewers are going to be so happy because I'm not going to be high energy for the rest of the show.
Eitan Zakarin, CEO of Gcan RX. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
东南亚阿里巴巴 WEYL 准备登上 NASDAQ 南加唯一说明会登场。谁是线上商城和行动支付的金矿市场？答案：东南亚。作为新兴崛起市场，东南亚有6亿消费者，70% 人口没有银行账户，但却有2.5亿人口使用智能手机，且逐年增加。庞大的移动端人口让行动支付和线上商城业务迅速发展。WEYL Wayland Tech Inc. 结合支付宝和淘宝双重服务，快速在印尼崛起，席卷本土市场。11月9号周六下午1点半，洛杉矶圣盖博喜来登酒店 M Floor 宝石厅 ，WEYL CEO Branson 亲自面对投资人，中文投资网资深分析师 Jason Brandon 搭配主讲，移动支付端新时代，美股投资人新机会。报名电话1800-958-8561，微信 WorldWin2019。ChineseFN.com 中文投资网，一个赚钱的网站。
下周股票市场在短暂的休整之后，又将迎来重要的经济数据以及财报。首先，我们在周三上午8点半关注到10月的消费者价格指数 CPI 以及核心 CPI 数据。此外，周三老时间上午10点半将公布上周的原油库存变化数据。周四上午8点半，另一个价格指数生产者价格指数 PPI 以及核心 PPI 即将公布。而周五最重要的数据是8点半公布的10月零售数据。财报市场方面，下周主要是一些小盘股和中概股将公布最新财报。周一盘后，中国流媒体腾讯音乐的财报可以关注，而周二盘后可以关注中国直播平台 YY 的财报。周三盘后，网络公司 Cisco System 将发布最新财报，而周四盘前，沃尔玛和中国社交媒体微博的财报值得关注。而下周最重要的财报可能是周四盘后的显卡芯片公司 NVIDIA。周五盘前可以关注到百货商场 JCPenney 和中国电商京东的最新财报。那么以上就是下周的美股预告，我是 Laura， 我们下周再见。